Karthikeyan, good morning. Parvati Aditya, good morning. Kanmani, good morning. Hi Ganesh, Anil, Ramchandra, Rankar Raju, good morning. Lakshmi Prasanna, good morning. Jamunavi, good morning. Karthik, how many classes we completed? Deepan Banerjee, good morning. Okay, so before commencing class, I want to clarify. So you might have got confused due to timetable. I'm giving clarity. So by today, 5 classes on YouTube will get completed. Yes or no? 5 classes of mine on YouTube will get completed. So that's why from Monday, I would be teaching my classes through BCCA app. Through BCCA app, okay? And law already 5 classes got completed on YouTube. So that's why today you people do not have any law class. But from Monday, you will be having all the 4 classes and the same timing, SCM and DT today same timing, because I think SCM only 2 classes were completed, whereas DT 4 classes were completed. Okay, so from Monday the timetable is 7 to 8:30. SFM 7 to 8:30 SFM, and next 9 to 10:15 law, and next 10:45 to 12 SFM second session. SFM second session. Okay. So till this month end, March 31st. So Bhavya ma'am will be taking only 1 hour 15 minutes class. Okay, law class. Later on, she will also take daily 2 hours or 2.5 hours. What about SCM? SCM timings will be 2 to 5, and next 5:30 to 8:30, or 6 to 9. By evening, we are going to confirm it. Okay, by consulting Bhaskar sir. Okay, we will give clarity. 6 to 9 DT, direct access. Clear? This is our timetable. So in 2 or 3 days, next 2 to 3 days, I am going to upload SFM marathon in Telugu. So you people, please do not get panicked, okay? I will be uploading English marathon also, but I will take 2 to 3 weeks time. Clear? Karthika? Yesterday I gave you four examples and asked you to calculate return and risk of a portfolio. Return and risk of a portfolio. Hope you all calculated return and risk of a portfolio. Can you please mention your answers? Can you please mention your answers? Karthikeyan, you will work out today. What about other students? What about other students? I think this is the example 2 for which I asked you to calculate return and risk of a portfolio. Return and risk of a portfolio. I want the answer from other students. Have you calculated return and risk of a portfolio? Or you didn't work out? Let me know. This is online class. I can't punish you. You can say me the answer. Parvati Aditya, Lakshmi Prasanna. Arun Venkatesh, Deepan Banerjee. Okay. Example 2. Very good, Arun Venkatesh. Example 2. Year 1, 2 and 3. Okay. Okay, Lakshmi Prasanna. Year 1, 2, 3, X, Y, 11, 12, 13, Y, 15, 12, 25 and 35. Weight of X is equal to 0.3 and weight of a Y is equal to 0.7. So shall we calculate now? If you are okay, I will be calculating return and risk now. Switch off the AC, please. If you are okay, I am going to calculate return and risk of a portfolio for example 2 right now. Because without solving these examples, I cannot proceed further. Can I proceed? So example 2, year 1, 2, 3, X 11, 12 and 13, Y 15, 25 and 35. In this case, no doubt, you would be getting, okay, sigma xy is equal to plus 1. You will be getting sigma xy is equal to plus 1. Okay. So let me calculate. Example 2. What is the first step for calculating return and risk of a portfolio? First, we have to calculate sigma x, standard deviation of a security. So, what are the columns? X, x bar, x minus x bar, x minus x bar square, x minus x bar square. Okay, clear? Now, x, first case, first year, what is the return of a security x? Ganesh, what is the return of security x? 12. And next, 11, 12, 13. X bar is equal to 12. You should be active on weekends, okay? You're sleeping in class. So, okay, next, minus 1, 0, plus 1. 1, 0, 1. Total 2. So, sigma x is equal to square root of 2 by 3. 0.816 percentage. Yes or no? Shilpa Mandadi. Next sigma y. Sigma y. So what are the columns? Y, y bar, y minus y bar, y minus y bar square. So what is y? 15, 25, 35. Y bar. Y bar is equal to Lakshmi Prasanna sigma y is equal to 0.816. Not 8.16. It is 0.816. 2 by 3 is equal to 0.667, I think. If you do the square root of 0.667, then you will get 0.816. That is not 8.16, okay? So what is the average? 25. Y minus y bar. Minus 10, 0, 10. 100, 0, 100. Total 200. Yes or no? Okay. Lakshmi Prasad, I'm sorry. You're mentioning sigma y. Okay. Sigma y is equal to square root of 200 divided by 3. So I think 8.16 is the answer. Sorry, Prasanna. So sigma y is equal to 8.16 percentage. Clear? And next, after calculating standard deviation of a security y, we have to calculate covariance of x comma y. Covariance of x comma y. What are the columns? Covariance of a x comma y. Okay. So x minus x bar, y minus y bar, x minus x bar into y minus y bar. Yes or no? What is x minus x bar here? Minus 1, 0, 1. Minus 10, 0, 10. If you see the deviation is moving in same direction. That too in same proportion. So obviously you will be getting sigma xy plus 1. So minus 10, 0, 10. Sorry, first case 10. So total 20. Covariance of x comma y is equal to 20 divided by 3, 6.67. This is covariance of a x comma y. Clear? And next is sigma xy. Sigma xy. Sigma xy is equal to covariance of x comma y sigma x into sigma y. That is 6.67 divided by 0.816 into 8.165. So what is the answer? You will be getting plus 1. Plus 1 is the answer. So correlation coefficient of security x and y is equal to plus 1. Is it okay? Next is sigma p. Sigma p. Standard deviation of portfolio. This time we need not use the lengthy formula because sigma xy is equal to plus 1. If we substitute plus 1 in place of a sigma xy, we would be getting a square plus b square plus 2ab. Or else square root of, what is the formula for sigma p? wx square sigma x square plus wy square sigma y square plus 2wx wy sigma x sigma y. Here sigma xy is equal to 1. Okay. So this is a square, this one is b square and this one is 2ab. This can be written as a plus b whole square. Square and square root will get cancelled. Then we would be left with wx sigma x plus wy sigma y. Nothing but when sigma xy is equal to plus 1, we are doing a weighted average of a security risk because we cannot diversify the risk. Securities are moving in same direction and in same proportion. Yes or no? Either we gain in both securities or we lose in both the securities. We cannot diversify the risk. When sigma xy is equal to plus 1, we cannot diversify the risk. So that's why risk of a portfolio sigma p is equal to wx sigma x plus wy sigma y. That is equal to, okay, what are the weights? 0.3 into 0.816 plus 0.7 into 8.165. 5.9603. 5.9603 percentage is the final answer. Is it okay? Is this answer matching with your answers? What, Sai Krishna? Return of a portfolio, yeah. Very good. How do we get return of a portfolio? Return of a portfolio is equal to wx x bar plus wy y bar. So 0.3 into, what is x bar? 12 plus 0.7 into 25, sorry. 21 point. If you observe here, okay, the risk is not getting minimized. The risk is not getting minimized. The risk is not getting minimized because correlation coefficient is equal to plus 1. Closeness of a security is positive and that too in same proportion. In such case, we cannot diversify the risk. We cannot diversify the risk. Clear? Okay. So what about example 3? Example 3. Shall we? Example 3. I hope you all have the data. Example 3. So first we have to calculate sigma x. What are the columns? X, x bar, x minus x bar, x minus x bar square. What is x? 16, 25, 19. What is the average? What is the average? 20. 4, 5, minus 1. Huh? Minus 4, 5, minus 1. We cannot take directly the sum of x minus x bar because the total of x minus x bar is always equal to 0 because there are positive signs and negative signs. So that's why we have to take x minus x bar. So 16, 25, 1. What is the total? 40. 42. So sigma x is equal to square root of 42 divided by 3. 3.74%. What about sigma y? Y, y bar, y minus y bar, y minus y bar square. 10, 10 and 10. Then y bar is equal to 10. So there is no possibility of a deviation from the mean. There is no possibility of a deviation from the average return, yes or no? So 0, 0, 0. There is no possibility of a deviation from the average return. That indicates there is no risk. Risk is equal to 0. Total 0. Sigma y is equal to square root of 0 divided by 3. That is equal to 0. So you need not calculate sigma y because there is no possibility of a deviation from the average return. Yes or no? So what about covariance of x comma y? We need not calculate covariance of x comma y because that would be equal to 0. Because deviation of x into deviation of a y. So deviation of y is 0 in all the cases. So obviously you would be getting 0 covariance of x comma y. In such case, sigma xy is equal to 0. You will get sigma xy is also 0. If sigma xy is equal to 0, then the 2ab part will be equal to 0. So that's why sigma p is equal to square root of wx square sigma x square wy square sigma y square. That's it. 2ab part is equal to 0. Yes or no? So what is the weight of x? 0.8 square into 14 plus 0.2 square into 0. That means that wy square sigma y square part will also be equal to 0 here in this case. So what is the answer? What is the answer? 3% is the final answer, right? Lakshmi Prasanna, is it right? 3%. Shilpa. Everybody please respond. This is a practical subject. I need your response. Unless you understand these concepts, I cannot proceed further, okay? Sigma p is equal to 3%. Done? So what about return of a portfolio? Wx x bar as wy y bar, that is equal to 0.8 into 20. What is average? 20 plus 0.2 into 18% is the return of a portfolio. 18% is the return of a portfolio. Okay. In the other two examples, you will be getting sigma xy ranging from 0 to 1 and -1 to 0. Clear? Okay. Other two, you require me to solve or you guys will solve? Sai Ganesh, Anil, Ramachandra, Raju. Okay, then I would be focusing on concept now. Okay. First thing, so let me give the fourth example, but I will be calculating the risk of a portfolio in the other way. But let me know, Parvati Aditya, even I don't know the final answer right now. I have to solve. Okay. I gave random numbers. Otherwise, I will solve you. So what is example 4? Example 4. Year X, Y. What are the returns? Year 1, 2, 3. What are the returns? 14, 17, 20. Next second. 8, 9, 20. 8, 9, 20. Clear? Here the securities are moving in opposite direction but not in same proportion. Sorry, same direction. Sorry. Securities are moving in same direction but not in same proportion, right? I'm going to calculate in the other way. So let me know what is the formula for sigma x. Standard deviation of x is equal to summation sigma S or no? Is this the formula? Then obviously sigma p is equal to square root of summation sigma p minus p bar summation sigma p minus p bar whole square divided by n root. Yes or no? We know the logic for this formula. Risk means possibility of a deviation from the average rate of a return. So that's why we are taking x minus x bar. Why are we taking square? To avoid negative sign, to eliminate negative sign. Okay, and next then we are doing an average. Yes or no? So you know the logic for this formula. So likewise, if we apply the same logic for portfolio also, then sigma p is equal to square root of summation sigma p minus p bar divided by n. Now I am going to calculate sigma p. What are the columns for sigma p? P bar, p minus p bar, p minus p bar square. Okay, this procedure is not allowed in the examination because in suggested answers, okay, you won't be finding this type of answer. Okay, in exam key, you won't be finding this type of answer. Just for conceptual understanding, I am saying that's it. Understand the concept, but you have to solve the question in the same process as we did earlier. Okay, so P, what is P here? Return of a portfolio for the first year. Return of the portfolio for the first year. What are the weights I have given? 0.7, 0.3, right? What is the return of a portfolio for the first year? Return of the portfolio for the first year is equal to 0.7 into 14 plus 0.3 into 8. Yes or no? Yes or no? Is it correct or not? 0.7 into 14 plus 0.3 into 8. 12 point. Are you getting the logic? Okay. What about second one? 0.7 into 17. 0.3 into 9. This is the return of a portfolio for second year, right? So what is the answer? 14.6. Third case, 0.7 into 20 plus 0.3 into 20. What is the answer? 20. Is it right? These are the returns of a portfolio for the past 3 years, right? So what is P bar? P bar is equal to 15.6. Nothing but simple average of a 3 years return. Simple average of a 3 year return. Yes or no? So 15.6. What is P minus P bar? Minus 3.4 minus 1 4.4 plus 4.4. Okay. So 3.4 into 3.4. 11.56 1 and next 19.36 30 31 point. So sigma p is equal to square root of 31.92 divided by 3. 31.92 3.2. Is it right? 3.62%. If you calculate the risk of a portfolio other way also, you will get the same answer, 3.262. If you calculate the risk of a portfolio the other way, also you will get the same answer. Clear? Done? But this procedure is not allowed to do in exam. Okay, conceptually correct, 100% correct. We are justifying the meaning of a risk. Risk means possibility of a deviation from the average. That is what we are calculating. Yes or no? Okay. Now we shall focus on, okay, how we got the formula for sigma p. I mean Markovitch formula. Markovitch formula. Summation sigma p minus p bar square divided by n is equal to, no doubt, wx square sigma x square plus wy square sigma y square plus 2wx wy sigma x sigma y sigma x. Yes or no? We will get the same answer. Okay. If you decode this one, then you will get this Markovitch formula. That is wx square sigma x square plus wy square sigma y square plus 2wx wy sigma x sigma y sigma x. How do we break it? How do we decode it? So keep sigma aside. So what is P? P means return of a portfolio. How I got a return of a portfolio? Wx into x plus wy into y. Yes or no? I can write P as a wx into x plus wy into y minus. How do I get P bar? How do I get P bar? P bar is nothing but wx x bar plus wy y bar. Okay. Square. Keep n aside. Keep n aside. So then you will get a minus b whole square. Sorry, not a minus b whole square. So wx a minus b whole square. This is a. This is b. Right? A minus b whole square. Okay. If you further decode this formula, then you will get wx square sigma x square plus wy square sigma y square plus 2wx wy sigma x sigma y sigma x. Clear? Okay. We know the meaning of a risk. Risk means a possibility of a deviation from the average rate of a return. So this formula denotes risk, yes or no? P minus P bar is nothing but deviation from the average. So by decoding this formula only we are getting the main Markovich formula. What is that? Wx square sigma x square plus wy square sigma y square plus 2wx wy sigma x sigma y sigma x. So we need not derive the formula from examination point of view. Okay. So just to show off to every other persons, we have to derive. Otherwise, not required. Okay. Okay. Let me explain the concept. I'm summarizing. I'm not deriving the formula. I'm just giving a clue. Students who are interested can derive the formula. If you decode wx x plus wy y minus wx x bar plus wy y bar whole square, then you will get Markovich formula. Okay. Come to our concept material. Portfolio is a combination of a securities. Yes or no? Which one is it? Portfolio is a combination of a security. Yes or no? Portfolio is a combination of a security. Three major activities. What are the three major activities? Selection of a security based on return and risk. We select the securities based on return and risk. Construction of all. Okay, Jamuna, we no doubt we are going to upload every class in BCC app, all 5 classes. And I request students to watch first 5 classes at least twice if you are not okay with concepts. Okay, and portfolio management is very important topic, so that's why I recommend you to listen at least twice. Construction of all feasible portfolios with the help of a selected securities. And what is the third one? Deciding weights of a different securities in the portfolio so that it is an optimal portfolio. So that it is an optimal portfolio. Optimal portfolio, right? Objectives of a portfolio management. Before making a portfolio investment, what is the objective? Safety of a principal. At any cost, we don't want to lose our principal. Stability of income, capital growth, marketability. Marketability. That means if we don't want to continue, we should be able to sell the securities. Security should be marketable. That's why a portfolio manager would be investing money mostly in listed securities. Listed securities. Mutual fund company also would be investing money only in listed securities. So in rare cases, they would be investing in unlisted securities. Liquidity and diversification. The main purpose of the main objective of a portfolio management is to diversify the risk. Okay. Phases of a portfolio management. First, we analyze the security and then we analyze the portfolio. We select the portfolio, but time to time we revise the portfolio proportion of a security. We keep on revising the proportions of our securities. And next, portfolio evaluation. Time to time we would be evaluating the portfolio. So based on trainers ratio, we give ranking. So you don't know the trainers ratio or Sharpe ratio right now. So but we keep on giving the ranking based on a Sharpe ratio and trainers ratio, and we keep on evaluating the portfolio. This is not a one-time work. We keep on monitoring the portfolio investment. Okay. So return of a security. Generally, the equity holder expect capital appreciation and dividend. Debenture holder expect a capital appreciation and interest. So how do we get X return? Return is equal to P1 minus P naught plus D1 divided by P naught. Yes or no? How do we calculate X bar? If the returns given are the past, if a past returns are given in the question, then we do simple average. Yes or no? If probability is given, if a probability is given, in that case we do a weighted average. We do weighted average. Okay. And next, yeah. You need not mention ERA. Okay. So you can quote X bar for average return. Some people will be writing ERA, expected return of a security A. Some students will be writing ARA, average return of a security A. So you can write X bar. X bar is a commonly used denotation. Okay. So risk means possibility of occurrence of a loss, uncertainty, deviation from the mean return. Yes or no? Risk of a risk-free security is 0. Risk of a risk-free security is 0. Risk can be measured using variance, standard deviation, coefficient of a variance. Clear? The next, coefficient of variation denotes. Coefficient of a variation denotes. Coefficient of a variation denotes deviation per unit of a mean return. Class is not yet over. I have to give a conclusion, logical conclusion. Coefficient of variance denotes deviation per unit of a mean return. So when past data is given, how to calculate risk? So what are the columns to be taken? X bar, X minus X bar, X minus X bar square. When future data is given, what are the columns to be taken? X, P into X, X bar, X minus X bar, X minus X bar square into P. Once again, I am repeating. X, P into X, X bar, X minus X bar, P into X minus X bar square. Is it right? The next step. Return of a portfolio. How do we get return of a portfolio? Return of a portfolio is equal to nothing but weighted average of a security return. Weighted average of a security return. So nothing but WX X bar plus WY Y bar. We are not using ARA or ARB. We are using X bar and Y bar. Okay, so that we can save time. So return of a portfolio is equal to nothing but weighted average of a security returns. WX X bar plus WY Y bar. When there are three securities, then WX X bar plus WY Y bar plus WZ Z bar and so on. Okay, if there are four, so on. What about the risk of a portfolio? Risk of a portfolio. Before proceeding to risk of a portfolio, we have to calculate covariance. What does it denote? Covariance is an absolute measure of co-movement between two variables. How the two variables are moving. Whether these two variables are moving in same direction or opposite direction. So covariance of x comma y ranges from minus infinity to plus infinity. Minus infinity to plus infinity. So when past data is given, the formula is covariance of x comma y is equal to summation sigma x minus x bar into y minus y bar divided by n. But instead of by hearting the formula, understand the concept. Covariance denotes co-movement between the two variables. That's why we are taking x minus x bar, y minus y bar, and then x minus x bar into y minus y bar. So you have to remember the columns instead of formula. X minus x bar, y minus y bar, x minus x bar into y minus y bar. When probability is given, there are high chances of doing a clerical mistake. So when probability is given, what are the columns to be taken? X minus x bar, y minus y bar, probability, and last column p into x minus x bar into y minus y bar. Nothing but our formula is summation sigma p into x minus x bar into y minus y bar. That's it. You should not divide it by n. Next, when beta is given, this is not yet discussed. This one is not yet discussed, okay? So I would be discussing in next classes. Next, correlation coefficient. Correlation coefficient denotes the closeness of the relation between the two variables. How close are the securities? Nothing but covariance and correlation denote the same. But correlation coefficient ranges from -1 to +1. If you are getting a correlation coefficient of 2, that means you have done mistake. Correlation coefficient ranges between -1 to +1. How do we get correlation coefficient? Covariance of A comma B divided by sigma A sigma B. Yes or no? Okay. That means we can write covariance of x comma y is equal to sigma x, sigma y, sigma xy. Yes or no? Because sigma xy is equal to covariance of x comma y divided by sigma x, sigma y. Okay. So that means we can write covariance of x comma y is equal to sigma x, sigma y, sigma xy. That is what the formula given here. Okay, clear? If a sigma AB is equal to 0, if sigma AB is equal to 0, it indicates there is no relation between the securities, then sigma P, standard deviation of a portfolio, is equal to square root of WA square sigma A square plus WB square sigma B square. When sigma AB is equal to -1, it indicates perfect negative. Securities are moving in opposite direction, that too in same proportion. Then sigma P is equal to WA sigma A minus WB sigma B. Yes or no? In such case, risk of a portfolio can be reduced to zero. This formula I have not yet discussed it. Okay. When sigma xy is equal to -1, that indicates securities are moving in opposite direction, that too in same proportion. In such a case, risk can be reduced to zero by taking a proper proportions. By making investment in proper proportions, risk of a portfolio can be reduced to zero. Okay, what is that proportion? What is that proportion? What is that proportion means? How do we derive that formula? So when sigma xy is equal to -1, what is the formula for risk of a portfolio? Weight of x, sigma x. So this should be equal to 0, yes or no? Okay. Are you getting my point? When sigma x, when sigma xy is equal to -1, risk can be reduced to 0. Risk can be reduced to 0. Further, we have to make an investment in proper proportion. What is that proper proportion? Weight of A is equal to sigma B divided by sigma A plus sigma B. Or else weight of X is equal to sigma Y divided by sigma X plus sigma Y. When sigma xy is equal to -1, risk can be reduced to 0. Further, weight of a security X must be equal to sigma Y divided by sigma X plus sigma Y. At the end of this session, I will give at least 10 minutes of a time to clear your doubts. You can ask me any doubt. Don't hesitate to ask me doubts, okay? So, how do we derive it? When sigma xy is equal to -1, sigma p is equal to wx sigma x minus wy sigma y. Yes or no? So, risk of a portfolio. What is my target risk of a portfolio? 0 is equal to wx sigma x minus. How can I write wy? I can write weight of a y as 1 minus wx into sigma y. Yes or no? So 0 is equal to wx sigma x minus sigma y plus wx sigma y. Yes or no? Then sigma y is equal to minus sigma y. When it comes to left side, it will be become plus sigma y is equal to, if I take wx a common, then I will get sigma x plus sigma y. So therefore wx is equal to sigma y divided by sigma x plus sigma y. Hence proved. If you want to reduce the risk of a portfolio to 0, weight of a security X must be equal to sigma y divided by sigma x plus sigma y. Practically, we won't be using these type of formulas because the reason is these days no one is investing in two securities. This formula can be applied only when the investment is being made in two securities, that too when correlation coefficient is -1. Clear? These days, many of the traders making investment in at least 10 securities. Okay. In entire portfolio management chapter, we are going to calculate the risk of a portfolio containing two securities or three. That's it. But we are not going to calculate the return and risk of a portfolio containing 10 securities or 11 securities. That we cannot do. Okay. I mean, without using a software, we cannot calculate return and risk of a portfolio containing 10 securities. But we can understand the logic, how to calculate. We know the procedure. Okay. But keeping on paper is not an easy task. Is it okay? When correlation coefficient is other than -1, sigma xy is not equal to -1. Say for example, sigma xy is equal to -0.5 or 0.5, 0.2, 0.1. Then risk cannot be reduced to 0. Risk cannot be reduced to 0. However, we can minimize the risk. We can minimize the risk by taking a proper proportions. By investing in proper proportions, we can minimize the risk, but we cannot reduce the risk to 0. Okay. What is the proper weight when sigma xy is other than -1? So weight of a x must be equal to, or weight of a must be equal to sigma b square minus covariance of a comma b divided by sigma a square plus sigma b square minus 2 covariance of a comma b. There are high chances that you might forget this formula. There are high chances. There are high chances you might forget this formula. That is, weight of a is equal to sigma b square minus covariance of a comma b divided by sigma a square plus sigma b square minus 2 covariance of a comma b. Now my question is, when correlation coefficient is other than -1, whether we can reduce the risk to 0 or not? We cannot reduce the risk to 0, but we can minimize the risk. What is the proportion for minimization of a risk? So proportion of a is equal to sigma b square minus covariance of a comma b divided by sigma a square plus sigma b square minus 2 covariance of a comma b. Okay. So what is the formula? Weight of a is equal to sigma b square covariance of a comma b sigma b square minus 2 covariance of a comma b. When sigma xy is equal to -1, you can apply any of the two formulas. You will get the same answer. Any of the two formulas you can apply. But when sigma xy is not equal to -1, then you can apply only the second formula, finding out the optimal weight, best weight. Best weight. We are going deep into the subject. Please do follow me. Okay, if you have any doubts, we shall have a discussion at the end, because anyway today we do not have any law class. We do not have law class, so that's why we shall have a discussion at the end. So sigma xy not equal to -1, then we can apply only second formula. But when sigma xy is equal to -1, we can apply either of the two formulas. Either of the two formulas. Clear? So let me conclude. What is sigma b square? Sigma b square minus covariance of a comma b. I can write covariance of a comma b as sigma a sigma b into sigma ab. Yes or no? divided by sigma A square plus sigma B square minus 2 into sigma A, sigma B, sigma AB, right? Okay. If sigma AB is equal to minus 1, if sigma AB is equal to minus 1, then sigma B square, sigma AB is equal to minus 1, then this will become sigma B square plus sigma A, sigma B, by minus and minus plus, divided by sigma A square plus sigma B square plus 2 sigma A, sigma B, right? Now I am taking sigma B common. If I take sigma B common, then I will get sigma B plus sigma A. Yes or no? And denominator can be written as sigma B plus sigma A whole square, because denominator is A square plus B square plus 2AB square, and this one will get cancelled. What is left? Sigma B divided by sigma A plus sigma B. Clear? Are you getting my point? You will get habituated with these formulas when you solve practical questions. Okay. You cannot retain everything on day one. Clear? When sigma AB is equal to plus 1, it indicates perfect positive. That means securities are moving in same direction and in same proportion. Then sigma P is equal to standard deviation of portfolio is equal to WA sigma A plus WB sigma B. Yes or no? When sigma AB lies between minus 1 and 0, security is moving in opposite direction but not in same proportion. If sigma AB lies between 0 to 1, security is moving in same direction but not in same proportion. Okay. What is the formula for risk of a portfolio? Markovitch formula. Risk of a portfolio cannot be ascertained by simply doing weighted average of a security risk, because we have to consider co-movement of a securities. Therefore, risk of a portfolio is equal to square root of WA square sigma A square plus WB square sigma B square plus 2WA WB sigma A sigma B sigma AB. However, in case of sigma A, sigma B, sigma AB, I can write covariance of a comma B. Yes or no? Yes or no? I can write covariance of a comma B in place of sigma A, sigma B, sigma AB. Then my formula would be WA square sigma A square plus WB square sigma B square plus 2WA WB covariance of a comma B. Or this is conceptual formula. What is the conceptual formula? Summation sigma P minus P bar square divided by N. But this cannot be done in examination. Clear? When two securities are given, our formula is similar to A square plus B square plus 2AB. Nothing but A plus B whole square. When there are three securities, then our formula would be similar to A plus B plus C whole square. Okay, nothing but our formula would be WA square sigma A square plus WB square sigma B square plus WC square sigma C square plus 2WA WB covariance of a comma B plus 2WA WC covariance of a comma C plus 2WB WC covariance of P comma C. That's it. When there are four securities, then formula would be similar to A plus B plus C plus D whole square. But we are not going to calculate risk of a portfolio. containing four securities. In entire portfolio management chapter, we're going to calculate risk of a portfolio containing only three securities. Now, with this, we have completed first part of the portfolio management. What is the first part of portfolio management? Return of a security, risk of a security, return of a portfolio, risk of a portfolio. If you have any doubts, please ask me. Feel free to ask. You can ask me doubts, no issue. Sir, I'm taking recorded regular class. Can you upload MCQ classes so that will be okay? Okay, Gangadhar. Sure, I would be supporting till examinations. So whatever I can, I would be able to take definitely. This time we are going to come with MCQ classes also, multiple choice questions classes also for every subject, not only SFM. For every subject, we are going to come with MCQs. Okay, so don't worry. So, can you please ask me doubts relating to portfolio management? In part 1, we have learned return of a portfolio, risk of a portfolio, and next third, return of a security, return of a security, risk of a security, and next return of a portfolio, risk of a portfolio. Sir, you told me that in example, what is that example? I'm not able to see. Example 2. Yeah. In example 2, we cannot diversify the risk. Whatever the proportion you take, but the risk cannot be diversified. Why? Okay, let me explain. In example 2, sigma xy is equal to +1. Securities are moving in same direction, that too in same proportion. That means if a market is good, you will be getting profits in security X and security Y. If markets are not good, then you will be losing money invested in security X and you will be losing money invested in security Y. At the same time, you are going to lose money in both the securities. So this is common sense. Okay, common sense point. That means when securities are moving in same proportion, that too in same direction, we cannot diversify the risk. We cannot. Okay. Either we lose money invested in both the securities or either we gain the money. Clear? And next, Karthikeyan, are you getting my point? So portfolio, for example, let me explain ITC. ITC has lot many businesses. Example, tobacco business. Okay. So along with tobacco business, they have other businesses as well. Why they have started other businesses? To diversify the risk. Even if they lose money in tobacco, they should not lose money in other business. That means other businesses will safeguard the business. Yes or no? That is how. But however, so for example, ITC started tobacco, I mean cigarette manufacturing. Cigarette manufacturing. ITC has started farming the tobacco also. Farming the tobacco. Whether it is diversifying the risk or not, it is not diversifying the risk. Why it is not diversifying the risk? If a government bans the security, then you will lose profit coming from cigarette manufacturing and profit coming from tobacco farming. Yes or no? For example, ITC company started beer manufacturing, alcohol manufacturing also. Whether it is diversifying risk or not, no, it is not diversifying the risk. The government is going to ban the cigarette. There are high chances that it may ban alcohol also. Are you getting my point? As an investor, for example, you are making an investment in tobacco manufacturing industry and alcohol manufacturing industry. That means you are taking high risk or not? Yes, you are taking high risk. Why? If the government ban at a time tobacco and alcohol, then you will lose all the money. Clear? Are you getting my point? So 100% you can diversify the risk. For example, if you are making investment in cigarette manufacturing company and you are making investment in rehabilitation center, then obviously you will be you will get benefited. Clear? So 4 parts. Parvati, Aditya. I have started with portfolio management. This is not an easy topic, no doubt. It will take time. Okay. And it is very important from examination point of view. So that's why I have started portfolio management. Instead of starting portfolio management, I could have started time value for money, investment decisions, evaluation of risky proposals, leasing decisions. Those topics you already are aware at the CMA inter level. But I have started with advanced topic. That's why I'm asking you. Clear? So return of a security, risk of a security. Thank you, Karthikeyan. Return of a security. How do I get return? Simple. Okay. Let me again write the flow. Okay. Ultimately, they will ask you to calculate the risk of a portfolio. For calculating the risk of a portfolio, first you have to calculate the return of a portfolio. How do I get X? P1 minus P naught plus D1 divided by P naught. This is for calculating X. Okay, clear? What about the second one? X bar. X bar I will do simple average when past data is given. Weighted average when future data is given. Clear? So that's how we calculate X bar. Done. And next, risk of a security. For risk of a security, what are the columns to be taken? X bar, X minus X bar. This is when past data is given. Okay. When the future data is given, then X, P into X. So X bar, X minus X bar, P into X minus X bar square. Yes or no? Okay. And next, return of a portfolio and risk of a portfolio. For calculating risk of a portfolio, we have to find out the covariance of X comma Y. So what are the columns for covariance of X comma Y? X minus X bar, Y minus Y bar, X minus X bar into Y minus Y bar. when future data is given, when probability is given, then what are the columns to be taken? X minus X bar, Y minus Y bar, P into X minus X bar into Y minus Y bar. Yes or no? So next, after calculating covariance, we can proceed to calculate risk of a portfolio. Risk of a portfolio. What is the formula for risk of a portfolio? Wx square sigma x square plus wy square sigma y square plus 2 wx wy covariance of x comma y. This formula will be applied when sigma xy ranges from -1 to 0 or 0 to 1. This formula will be used when sigma xy is equal to -1 to 0 or 0 to 1. When sigma xy is equal to -1, then we use wx sigma x minus wy sigma y. When sigma xy is equal to +1, wx sigma x plus wy sigma y. When sigma xy is equal to 0, then square root of wx square sigma x square wy square sigma y square. Yes or no? Okay. When sigma xy is equal to 0, sigma p can be reduced to 0. For that, weight of x is equal to sigma y divided by sigma x plus sigma y. When sigma xy is not equal to -1, then risk of a portfolio cannot be reduced to 0, but risk can be minimized. Risk can be minimized. For that, weight of x is equal to sigma y square covariance of x comma y divided by sigma x square plus sigma y square minus 2 covariance of x comma y. So this is what we discussed till now. Karthikeyan, am I clear? You will be getting materials by Tuesday or Thursday. That's why I will be sharing soft copy of a portfolio management concept and practical questions. You take a printout meanwhile. Okay, you will get the main material. Okay. Meanwhile, you take a printout of portfolio management concept and session plan. Parvati Aditya, few topics you have to listen at least twice. Okay, that too depends on individual. Okay, so I already told question bank will be categorized into two parts. One is main questions and additional. Second one is additional questions. Concept plus main questions will be considered as a EO. If we add additional questions to this one, it will become a regular batch. Okay, first you have to first you have to go through concept plus main questions plus additional questions. and you will be given access for concept plus main questions. Okay, students who do not know how to prepare, how to practice, they can watch the class again. Concept plus main questions. And this is the first stage, and this one is second stage, and third stage marathon. In marathon, I would be discussing main questions. Main questions. That means I won't be teaching any concept. I will not be teaching any concept because concept already covered in regular batch and EO. Okay. So I will be discussing only main questions, and I will be focusing on the mistakes which students regularly do. Okay. So students who do not know how to manage time, so please you have to follow me in stage 1, stage 2 and stage 3. Students who are writing in June 2024, so you may not be having time, so that's why first stage and direct to third stage. First stage and third stage. Students who are writing in December 24 or June 25, first stage regular, second stage exam oriented, and third marathon. Clear? Okay. Shilpa Mandadi, Lakshmi Prasanna. Clear? Okay. So thank you all. Thank you so much. We shall meet on Monday. Today, no class, but SFM, sorry, SCM and DT, same timings. SCM and direct access. Okay. So tomorrow we do not have any classes, but from Monday, so I have already communicated timings. So clear? Thank you everyone. Thank you.